All right. All right. I think we're live. All right. I'll wait for some people to get in a bit before we get going. All right. Who we got in here today? All right. Wait for some people to get in. Looks like we got one person in here so far. Wonder who it is. So, yeah, it's like I said, same as usual. If you have any questions or anything, so long as it's appropriate, feel free to ask me here in the chat. That's how it works. All right. Got two people watching, 2 likes. That's good. That's good. But let me know, just so I just so I always know that I'm good. Can you all see me okay? Can you hear me well on your end? Let me know. How to, like I said, uh, this is like my second stream, so forgive me if I'm like I'm still getting used to it. So, all right, 2 people watching and 3 likes. All right, who we got in here? Maybe they don't have the live chat thing. I wonder. So, like I said, if y'all can see me okay, if y'all can hear me just fine, let me know in the chat, and and then we'll get started. I know it said it was scheduled for 3 and all, but I figured I'd do it a bit early just because not much has happened today. A lot's happened though, so once people start responding and all that, then we'll get everything going. All right. Let's see who else would like to watch. All right, it says we have 2 people in the chat. Who do we got? Like, if you have the live chat, then ask me anything you like, so long as it's appropriate. Just gotta check a couple things, and see if I can get Patrick in here. All right. Looks like we only got 2 people so far. I wonder who we got. Alright, I just got Patrick in here, and we'll see if he wants to. We'll see if he wants to join in too. So I guess I should get some kind of conversation going. Um, yeah, those of you who know me, I'm a movie guy, so, and there hasn't been much coming out lately. But then something happened, like a couple days ago. That was pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back. Halloween Kills got delayed a full year to next October, which pisses me off. Which I get why they did it. Like they want to be able to make a profit and release it in a time where none of this is going on, with the virus and stuff. But it's just all right. We got Ryan in here in the channel. What's my favorite movie this year? There's quite a few movies actually. That's a good question. Sonic the Hedgehog surprised me. Like I really liked that movie. No, and just so you know, like whenever I talk about, I won't give away spoilers unless I'm sure that it's a movie you've already seen. So but Sonic the Hedgehog I really liked. Another one that was really good this year was something called Underwater. It came out January of this year. It's like these people, they're in this underwater drilling facility, and it starts falling apart because of like an undersea earthquake and stuff, and the people still alive are trying to get back to the surface before everything is destroyed and fun stuff. And during all that, they run into these creatures, and that's all I'm gonna say. Like Ryan, if yeah, that's one I'd recommend. Underwater was really good, and it's another one that was really good. I did watch that Bloodshot movie, which I wasn't a fan. I know it's based off of some kind of comic or something, but I never read the comic. The only thing that got me kind of interested was the fact that Vin Diesel was in it, but it was just boring. Yeah, I guess it's not necessarily the fact that it was bad. I mean, it certainly has some bad moments in it, but it was just boring. How about you, Ryan? Have you seen anything good this year? What have you liked? Feel free to let me know. And I guess on that note, I guess I'll say what movies I haven't liked this year. Whether it's movies that actually came out this year or just movies in general I've seen this year that I didn't like. I did not like The Lodge. Like The Lodge is basically this horror movie where this married couple and well, not married, but it's this couple and these kids are spending Christmas out in this lodge out in the middle of nowhere, and but the father for some reason has to leave for some business thing or whatever, and some supernatural stuff starts happening, and the trailers looked really good. Like I was really hopeful for the trailers, that kind of thing, and it just wasn't good. I hated the ending. It's the kind of movie where, you start it and it starts off good enough, but then it just like that goes downhill. All right. I'll be right there. Favorite movie is probably Sonic. It's a pretty good candidate. I guess that's something else I should talk about too, is that this movie's had a pretty checkered history. Is that first trailer was so, I guess it's not that the trailer itself was bad, but it's just the first design for Sonic looked so bad, and but thank heavens for the redesign. And after seeing the movie, I will say is that story-wise, as far as the way everything happened, it would have been a good movie, but it's just Sonic's design would have been good. So either way, I guess we would have gotten a good movie, but I guess it's just a bonus that we got that redesign. So and we're getting a sequel too, so that's pretty good. I'm hoping this can start off some kind of either a standalone franchise for Sonic or maybe a movie universe for all the video game characters. That'd be pretty cool. And what else can I say about Jim Carrey? Like he was amazing. Like his performance as Doctor Robotnik was just you can tell that this is the kind of performance he'd been wanting for a while. Like a performance that goes back to the essence of what he does best with his out there type of comedy and all that. It was just really good. Like yeah, I loved Sonic. I was shocked in the best of ways at how good it was. Malleus 1997. Hey man, is this you, Gavin? Oh, it's Patrick. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Long time no see. How you been, bud? Yeah, we're just here doing a live stream, just sitting, chilling, talking movies. You know me. I'm good. Uh, given the circumstances, like I said, Halloween Kills just got delayed a whole year, but I'm pretty good, I guess. But I have something to be really excited for, cause I guess I should tell y'all that. Oh, thanks. Yeah, good old Titanic. There. It's my. Uh, 1 second. I gotta show you guys this. I'll be right back. Um, there you are. Yeah, but yeah, this is something I never thought I would get. It's not just the Blu-ray for Titanic, but it's the Blu-ray 3D edition. These things are like kind of rare in a way, like because you like I said, Titanic's my favorite movie of all time, and I guess I should tell you the story about this. Like, it was when me and my friend, it was me and Kirsten Thomas. We're good friends. We were going to see the Lion King remake on opening night, and to wait for the show, we were because it was me, Kirsten, and a bunch of her friends. We were going, to wait for the show. We were hanging around town, going to like different stores and stuff, and then we went to this place where maybe you know it, Patrick. It's that frozen yogurt place that's in Roseburg, close by where Sonic is, the Sonic restaurant. It's the frozen yogurt place that's mixed in with the movie and video game place. You know what I'm talking about? And and you know me with movies, so not that I have anything against frozen yogurt. Like I freaking love myself a good bowl of that stuff. But but I just couldn't resist. Like I saw that they had this place, and I saw this. I just knew I had to get this, like, because I already had the movie just on DVD, like, a long time ago. My mom got this for my birthday. I think it was when I think I was turning 13, I think, or 14. But yeah, like it's not that I'm never gonna have use for my old DVD. Like I'm always gonna keep it. But I figure like this is like limited 3D. Like as soon as if I'm ever able to save up enough money, I'm gonna. Hmm? Well, the I don't know if the frozen yogurt place is still open, but if you're up for some, yep, can never say no to some good frozen yogurt. But yeah, that's how I got this. And since I was talking about this, the fact that I got this when when me and my friends were going to see the Lion King remake. I guess now that I'm mentioning the Lion King remake, if I don't know if you were wondering about it or not, but I'll just say I didn't like it. I hated this movie. Like I'll say, like, on initial viewing, like, when me and Kirsten and her friends, we all went and saw when we first walked out, I was like, "Yeah, it was fine." Like, I mean, I didn't hate it at first, but it's just, I started watching it more, it just I hated it. I think it's the worst of the Disney remakes we've had so far, and probably the worst Disney movie I've ever seen. Like, that bad. They didn't do anything new with it, it was basically just a shot for shot remake. Like, you know what I mean? So and that's great, like, you liked it, that's good, like, all the different opinions and stuff, I welcome that, like, I won't be patronizing anybody for their opinions, but it's just for me, The Lion King was something that I was excited for this, like, all the Disney remakes that came out last year, like, they had, Dumbo, Aladdin, and The Lion King. I was excited for all these, like, on the record, I loved Aladdin, by the way. That's probably my favorite of the Disney remakes. Oh, you didn't like Aladdin? Well, it's gotten some mixed reactions, but for the most part, people like it pretty much. Again, like, yeah. He got give him some credit though, Patrick. Will Smith was good as the genie, like, that was some good casting. Have I seen The Lady and the Tramp remake? Yes, I have, and it's awesome. Like, I actually will be honest, I haven't seen the original in quite a while, so maybe I should watch it again with the remake and see if it was if there's anything done new. But for what has happened, I have seen the Lady and the Tramp remake and it was really good. I thought the acting was really good. The effects for the dogs was really good, whether they're talking or they're just dogs. But I thought they did a really good job with. I actually don't know if it was the dogs were CG the whole time or if there are times where they had real dogs. But either way, they did a really good job with the animal characters. You know what remake I am excited for? The Little Mermaid. Yeah, I hold no shame in saying how much I am hyped for this movie. Like, I don't know if you've heard anything about the controversy and stuff, but they're doing some pretty different casting decisions as far as the actors they're bringing in for the remake and stuff. Know what you, man? Have you heard anything about the Little Mermaid remake? Are you excited for it? And how about you, Ryan? You too? Dude, I adored The Rise of Skywalker. I guess I'll give you a quick bullet point of the Star Wars movies. Phantom Menace, loved it. Attack of the Clones, loved it. Revenge of the Sith might be my favorite of the entire franchise. Solo: A Star Wars Story, liked it. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, love it. Yeah, they are remaking Little Mermaid. It's not they haven't finished production yet, but it is something they're in the middle of. And then the original trilogy goes unquestioned. Like, I love all three. Empire, for me, I do agree that it is the best out of that trilogy of The Empire Strikes Back, but Return of the Jedi, because even though Revenge of the Sith is my favorite of the series, and Empire Strikes Back is definitely the best of the original trilogy, I will say that Return of the Jedi has my favorite moment out of any Star Wars movie. That final fight at the end with Luke and Darth Vader, particularly the moment where Darth Vader is taunting Luke, saying, if you won't turn to the dark side, then perhaps Leia will. And that whole bit where Luke lets the anger consume him, and that how he's just whooping Vader's ass and all that. Like, that's the most powerful moment in the entire saga for me. And then as far as the sequel trilogy goes, love The Force Awakens. I love almost everything about The Last Jedi except for one revelation with Luke Skywalker's character, but I don't want to get in too much of a rant for that. And then, like I said, I love The Rise of Skywalker. Like, that scene where Han Solo came in and had that moment with Kylo Ren. like I was crying. Like that's the first time in any Star Wars movie. That's the first time any Star Wars movie had made me cry. But then Star Wars: The Clone Wars season 7 came around, and that final episode had me bawling like a bitch. All right. Mandalorian season 2. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it too. I thought they did a pretty good start with season 1. And and I've heard that they actually are bringing in Ahsoka Tano. I don't know if you've heard of her character or if you've seen the other Star Wars that she's been in, but I can't either, Ryan. Like it's supposed to come out this October too, so let's hope, unlike everything else, that it doesn't get delayed. But all right, we got 3 people watching, 3 likes, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. This stuff is pretty good. I've always been all for trying these new Mountain Dew flavors. Like this isn't one called Frostbite. Doesn't say in particular what flavors that are in it, but all I know is that it is really good. But how about you guys? Yeah, keep the questions coming. That's what I'm here for. Like what would it be, movies or just anything entertainment related, you know? And I trust you guys. Like I know that nothing appropriate would come from you guys, so I know that's what I keep telling people. I get why they call him Baby Yoda because, you know, it's the same species, but use your brain. It's 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Like they make it perfectly clear within the first episode. So yeah, you are absolutely right. Dude, or to say, I guess I should ask you, Patrick, are you a fan of the Clone Wars? Like, do you watch that part of the Star Wars franchise? Have you seen that show? Like I said, if you haven't seen it, then I'm not going to give anything away. But if you haven't seen it and you're a big enough Star Wars fan, I could not recommend it more. And even like I said earlier, that Revenge of the Sith is my favorite of the Star Wars movies, but putting the entire franchise into account, like everything that this franchise has given us, you know, the movies and the shows, like the Clone Wars might be my favorite Star Wars content of all time. That it will be interesting, but I guess it's all about like if you've seen the Clone Wars and then you watched Rebels after, you know, Star Wars Rebels. But I guess that's something the Mandalorian will answer. You know, with season 2, as if Ahsoka's still alive or not at this point. Because that's something I want to know. Because I love Ahsoka. She's my favorite female Star Wars character, and just in general, one of my favorite characters. Period. Couldn't get into. I was like that too. Like couple of the first few episodes or so of the first season, I wasn't into it much. I guess it came out at a time when Clone Wars was what gotten canceled. You know, I was just so I guess I was in that kind of lull because you know Clone Wars is pretty much. I guess I put it out there. Clone Wars is my favorite show of all time. I guess I should say that. Like not just as a piece of Star Wars, it's my favorite Star Wars content of all time, but as a just a show in general, it's my favorite show. But to put your thing, I would give it a watch if you can get through that first season, even though it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. If you can get through that first season, and then when they introduce certain someone back into the show, then and plus, what's also important is if you've seen all the Clone Wars too, because Rebels, continuity wise, is a direct sequel to the Clone Wars. So if you've seen all the Clone Wars, but you said you're not getting to Rebels, I would give it a chance because it gets really good. Like season 2 is pretty good. Season 3 might be my favorite of that series because they bring a certain Jedi back. I won't say who. And at the same time, it's not who you think it is either. Do I watch any of the Disney Channel shows? Which ones in particular? Like which ones are you talking about? I've seen some, but I was wondering, do you mean some Disney Plus stuff or just Disney shows in general? What do you mean? Fast and Furious 9 got delayed. I'll put it this way with Fast and Furious. I've seen a lot of them. Like the first, not that it's a perfect run from the first film to the seventh film, but I loved the seventh one. I think, like, I'm not excited for Fast 9. I'll just say that. I hated Fate of the Furious because I think 7 was a perfect place to stop. Because with Paul Walker's character, the way that send off that they had for Paul Walker's character, given the circumstances, the fact that he died, and this was meant as a tribute to him, was just perfect. So in that regard, with all that in mind, I think that Fate of the Furious took the biggest crap all over the ending of Furious 7. All right. But yeah, so you know what I mean. So, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna completely knock Fast 9. Like I'll go and see it, but it's just I just don't think they needed any more Fast and Furious movies after Furious 7. Cause yeah, that you kind of had a more perfect ending than that. Again, Fate of the Furious shits all over the seventh one, so that's where I am. So, like I said to Patrick, do I watch any of the Disney Channel shows? Like, which ones in particular do you mean? So I know so I know which ones to talk about. 1 second. I've seen a couple episodes of That's So Raven. Like, it was more or less a thing where it's just I've seen bits and pieces on TV. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I remember loving that show when I was a kid, but I just haven't seen it in years. So I will say though, I get that it's probably necessarily not a show for me, but like I'm probably wasn't the right demographic for it. But I really liked Wizards of Waverly Place as a kid. And I think it's a show that still pretty much holds up today, with the characters and the acting and the effects and all that. I think it's pretty good. All right, we got 4 people watching. We got Patrick and Ryan in here so far. Who else we got in here? If there's anyone else here, and if you have the live chat, feel free to ask me whatever you like. And then so long as it's appropriate, and then I'll give you my info on it. All right, I'll be right there. It's one of my favorites too. I really like the movie too, by the way. Like, I don't remember much about the movie, but I think it was something about where her parents lost their memories or something, something like that. And then the main character's trying to fix it. Like I said, it's been years since I've seen it, so I don't. Yeah. How about you, Pat? I guess I should in particular ask if you said you couldn't get into Rebels very much, which is I guess I can understand that, but how about the Clone Wars? Oh, and Ryan, you're on season 2? So, is it on Disney Plus? Like, is that where you're getting it? Yeah, season 2 is a good season. And I guess I'm guessing that you haven't seen the new season yet, so I won't give away any spoilers for it, so you don't have to worry. But all I will say is that I will say season 7 is awesome, and it has really wonderful payoff at the end. And Patrick, you're on season 4 of the Clone Wars. That's my favorite season of the series. I love season 4 so much. And I'll get right to that. I just want to give a certain shout out to a certain friend of mine who has been writing these really good, like, Marvel books. Like, they've been giving me some input on how they're. Hey, Sarah, what's up, sis? But yeah, yeah. I said I'd give him a shout out, since a certain friend of mine who's been writing these really cool Marvel books, like that's like putting in the Avengers and the X-Men and giving different dynamics, and character chases and stuff, and I just think it's awesome. Like, I won't give any spoilers to what I know about the books, but it's just I've been loving what these guys have been showing me. Like, I I just want to say, if you're watching, I'm very proud of what you guys have been doing. Like, I think I know that everyone else doesn't know what I'm talking about, but I promised I'd keep them anonymous. But I just want to say I'm really proud of what you guys have been doing with your Marvel books. I think if if you're able to, like, you could get a job with Kevin Feige. Oh, I don't know how to say this. Like, you guys are so good to the point that I think you could get to the professional level, like working with Marvel Studios and actually be able to work with Kevin Feige on himself. Writing the movies and stuff. Giving input on the characters and stuff, like how they could do new things and stuff. I've loved what you guys. I mean, granted, there's some things I've disagreed on, but but you guys are doing something new, and and that's what's the best thing. So we got my sister in the chat. How you doing, Sarah? Yeah. So yeah, welcome. We've been just talking Star Wars and Marvel and stuff. So if you have any questions, then fire away. Oh, thank you, sis. I'm proud of how good you've been doing too. I'll tell you though, it is hot out here. I think it got to like 85, 90 something. Like, I hope everyone's staying cool though, cause from what I've been hearing, this might be our hottest summer yet. Oh yeah, I will do that. So yeah, we got my sister Sarah here in the chat, and man, do I have a story for you guys, cause we, I guess to start off, we were separated from each other for a long time in our lives because our biological parents were, I guess, for lack of a better word, not the best people, and so we were sent to different families, and there, I remember like when we were younger, there were a couple times where we were able to visit each other and all that. So, but then about like September of 2018, I think it was, is we found each other. Like she sent me a text, tell tell me everything and stuff, and I was almost brought to tears because it was at a point where because me and my family we moved down here to Roseburg and stuff, so and we hadn't seen each other in the longest time. I just never thought I we would get to see each other again. But we found each other, and even though we still are living with different families and stuff, we have each other again. We're part of each other's lives, and I could not be happier. And Seraph, I just want to say, I know I've said it before, but I'm so proud of the person you've become and what you've been able to do with your life, and getting a boyfriend and all that. Yeah. But that's I couldn't be prouder of the person you've become. You're gonna go far, and it'll be a great life. So, love you, sis. Yeah, it's, uh yeah, that's our story. And it was so cool too, like, she was able to thank you, sis. And it was really special too, like, I think it was December the same year, she was able to come down and see us again, like, me and my mom and her mom and all were all arranging it and stuff. It was around New Year's, which, by the way, New Year December 31st, New Year's is her birthday. So she was able to come down and visit me and my ma. We met at a McDonald's and like Roseburg and stuff, and it was just a fun time. Then we went to the bowling alley, like Patrick, you may know this place. I can't remember what the name of the I know where it is in Roseburg, but I can't remember the name of it. But we went bowling, and there was like arcade stuff in there. It was just a fun time. And then the next year, like last Christmas, I wanted to come up and see her in return, but I wasn't able to, and I just felt really bad about that. Hopefully, one of these days, I promise I'm gonna come up there and see you, sis. Oh yeah, that's it. 10 down. That's the bowling place. Yeah, you remember that? And you did really good with your bowling skills, by the way, Sarah. I was really impressed. I guess I should say. But it is a great bowling alley. I love the look of that place. It's just haven't been there since when Sarah came down to visit. So, oh yeah, I'm so excited for Halloween Kills. That it is gonna be a good. Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, the bumpers. Like I got. Did, I can't remember if I got a strike or not because I remember we'd been there before, I didn't Patrick, I don't know if you were with us or not, but there was, like, during Christmas time, I think it was in 2017, it was our Special Olympics team, we went to the 10 down place and just had a day bowling. Alright, we got s Oh, Tyler, what's up? I'm glad you can make it, man. Alright, we got someone in here called the Dank Crusader, says, "You are my dad." Dude, or whoever you are, I ain't even ever had a girlfriend before, like, I ain't never had a relationship in my life, so who the heck are you? Is that Gavin? Like, is that Gavin messing around? Seriously, Dank Crusader, who are you, really? Because I know I know, Patrick, I miss the old team too, like, and that's just do I like the Raimi Spider-Man films or the new films more? Do you mean the new Spider-Man films? Because there's 3 sets of Spider-Man films. There's the Raimi trilogy with Tobey Maguire, those 2 Amazing Spider-Man films with Andrew Garfield, and then we have these MCU Spider-Man movies with, Tom Holland. I guess to answer your question, I'll say I love the Raimi Spider-Man films. I know there's a lot of hate for Spider-Man 3, and I get it. As fans of the source material, I get, they hate that things were done poorly, character portrayals and all that, but I will say that even though it's not my favorite of all the Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire one, has some of the most emotionally meaningful messages in any Spider-Man movie. The whole message about, the importance of forgiveness over revenge, I can really appreciate, and, so I get that the Andrew Garfield movies were okay. Um, there's I will admit the, uh the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is kind of a mess. Like, it the problem with The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is that they were too focused on trying to set up a universe and future sequels instead of telling an actual story at hand with this movie. But Thanos Gauntlet, I have it packed away somewhere in storage, I think. But yeah, and then the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. What I'll say about Spider-Man: Homecoming, I'll say it's probably my least favorite out of the MCU, out of all the MCU movies, but I still think it's pretty good, you know. But it's and then Spider-Man: Far From Home. Again, for if there's anyone in here who hasn't seen any of these movies, I'm not going to give away spoilers. But I think it's a pretty good follow up to a certain big Marvel event that came before it, if you know what I mean. I guess it's a good follow up continuity wise to Avengers Endgame, and I think it's the better Spider-Man film than Homecoming as far as the MCU ones go. Patrick, you haven't seen Logan yet? And dude, you're killing me here. Yeah, Logan is a great movie. I won't spoil my X-Men reviews that are coming up soon, with my ranking and stuff, but I guess I should just say up front that Logan is my favorite superhero movie of all time. Like, it's the best Hugh Jackman has ever been as Logan, and the ending. Yeah, I noticed that too, Tyler. Spider-Man doesn't really quip enough. We had some we have some stuff in Civil War. Like he references Star Wars and the Empire Strikes Back and all those, but but correct me if I'm wrong. Like I may actually be wrong on this, but Tobey Maguire didn't really quip that much either, did he? I always remember that one scene where in Spider-Man 2 where he's fighting Doctor Octopus. He's throwing the money back to Spider-Man, but then he catches like, "Here's your change." But he didn't really quip that much either, did he? Oh, you're moving, Patrick? Where are you moving to? But shoot, what else? But I guess as far to wrap up the thing with the Spider-Man stuff is that I love the Raimi movies. The Amazing Spider-Man ones are okay at best, but certainly had potential if it was able to become its own proper franchise. And then the MCU Spider-Man films, Homecoming is good, but at the same time still my least favorite MCU movie. And Far From Home is really good. I would say it's as putting all the Spider-Man movies into account, it's one of the best ones. Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man. Well, live action Spider-Man movie because I guess I should mention Into the Spider-Verse, which live action or animated, putting both into account. The Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie overall. I was really surprised by that movie because I saw the trailers and stuff, and I know why, but I was just thinking, dude, this looks awful. And I just ended up not seeing it in theaters. I wasn't able to see it until sometime after when it came out in DVD and stuff, and I was kicking myself in the ass for not going to see this in the theater because it was amazing. I'm glad it's gonna get the sequel and I guess the cinematic universe that it deserves. How about you guys? Into the Spider-Verse. Any thoughts? Or if you've seen it. Oh, you're moving to Myrtle Creek. That's kind of far away. Well, I hope it all goes well. The which Spider-Man movie? Oh yeah, sir. I think you can find it on Netflix still. It's called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's the animated one. Yeah, like I said, it's animated. Like I said, it's my favorite Spider-Man movie. I guess to put some to again to reiterate it and put more context, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite of the live action Spider-Man movies, but overall, I think the best Spider-Man film overall is Into the Spider-Verse. It's a great one. You should check it out. It's not connected to any of the other movie universes, with the Marvel universe or anything like that. So so they hinted at a side character in the next Spider-Man movie. You should watch it. Be sure to let me know what you think of it when you do watch it. But what side what side character is it going to be? Scorpion, or are they going to be Tyler? I guess I should also tell you that what I hope they do is that I hope that Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. The heart. First, we attack his heart, dude. As corny as Willem Dafoe's performance as Green Goblin was, it was still a good performance. Like you could say it's dated in a way, but at the same time, that's the charm of it. Because that's Actually, what I love about the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies is that they had that charm and the fact that they were corny and goofy with the dialogue and some of the action moments, but, have you seen the trailer for Morbius and its Raimi Easter egg? Do you think Tobey will return for any of the Sony Spider-Verse universe films? I have seen the trailer for Morbius, and I'll give some leeway in the fact that the only reason I'm mixed on it is the fact that I'm not familiar much with the Morbius thing. I know what it is, it's just I haven't read any of the comics, so I'm not that familiar with the source material. So all I can do at this point when I go to see it is that, again, ah, when I go to see it, all it can do is surprise me. That's Matt Murdock. Ah, Daredevil. I see what they're doing there. Like that. That'd be pretty cool. Morbius. It's like I said, I don't know much in terms of Morbius, but it's guess it's like vampire stuff. The way the way that they make it look like in the trailer, and it's probably the way it is in the comics too, is that it's the dude who he has like a blood disease, I think, and he's doing lots of experiments to like get a cure because I think it's something that could kill him or something, and he ends up using bat blood, blood from bat or something like that, and I think that's what turns him into a vampire. I think. Again, there's probably a lot that I'm missing because again, I don't know the comics and just the source material in general. So Willem Dafoe is a great actor. Yes, he is. I hate that he's not getting as much work, and at the same time, maybe it's the fact that. All right, later, Patrick. Again, good luck with your move, and you're always welcome here in the chat. You're like as long as you're a subscriber and all that. Whenever I go live, you are welcome. But yeah, yeah. That's my thing with Morbius is that on its own merits, the trailer for Morbius looks really good, but it's just again, I don't. Oh, thanks, Tyler. So I guess I did get it wrong. Not a yeah, like Tyler said, but again, like I said, when I go to see it, all I can do is surprise me. So, and as far as the Tobey Maguire coming back, I would love to see Tobey Maguire again because I think he, I think he really did a good. Just long story short, I think he did a good job, and it's a shame we never got Spider-Man 4. That's something you actually should know about Spider-Man 3 is that even though I would be more forgiving of it than most people, I do understand the fact that there were a lot of production problems. Something you should know about Spider-Man 3 is that because even though Sam Raimi came back to do it, there was a lot of studio interference in the fact that Sam Raimi as a director had his own vision for the movie, but Sony had their own vision, and there was someone else involved with it. But whereas Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi did not want to use Venom because he just doesn't like the character. He thinks that. All right, later, Sarah. I'm glad you could come in. Love you, sis. And I'll text you later too. I'll get your thing in a second, Tyler. But that's the thing with Spider-Man 3 is that Sam Raimi did not want to use Venom because he doesn't like the character and that because he thinks Venom has no humanity. Fair enough on his own merits. I can get that he doesn't want to use the character. So it's the fact that Sony forced him to put Venom in the movie because that's what they wanted. And then they had him put in the Sandman villain and you know. But yeah, it just became a clustered mess and it's just what's my favorite DC movie? Oh, favorite DC movie. That well, because you got the DCEU And then you have the separate Batman films, with the Christopher Reeve Superman films, then you have the Dark Knight trilogy, and then you have that solo Joker movie. Favorite DC movie? Probably the Dark Knight trilogy. In particular, Batman Begins. That's it's not just my favorite of that trilogy, but it's my favorite Batman movie. Because it has the most meaningful messages, when they're always mentioning the line, why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. Dude, I could relate so much to that because I'm not a perfect person. Like like most people, I've made some mistakes in my life, and that's exactly what I've done. I've picked myself up. So I know it's not much of an explanation, probably, but that's why. And I guess as far as the Batman stuff goes, it has the best action of any Batman movie. It has the best villain of any Batman movie. Had they not gone the villain route with Liam Neeson's character, because I knew that because in the beginning of the movie, it's before you find out that he's actually the villain. I really cared about Liam Neeson's character arc. He was the perfect like a perfect mentor type figure because Alfred is the only father figure you could have. Like I'm going all over the place, but yeah, like the Dark Knight trilogy is probably my favorite DC thing. I'll say, and I'll say this: Smallville might be my favorite DC thing of all time. Like as far as the movies go, I'll say it's probably the Dark Knight trilogy, but whether it be movie or show, Smallville is my favorite thing of all time. And I'll just say it. I don't know if most of you guys have ever heard of the this Crisis Event on Infinite Earths thing that they did. But it was a crossover thing like with all the CW shows they had with the Flash and the Supergirl and all them. I think it was like a crossover event with all those. And then they said that they're bringing back some other things. Like they said that Tom Welling was going to come back from the Smallville universe as Clark Kent, and that's what got me excited. Like I watched that part, but I didn't like it because um how to put this? Me and Tyler have talked about this before, and I get why they did this storyline, but I just think what they did with the with Tom Welling coming back, I just think the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing takes the biggest crap all over the ending of Smallville. Again, I get what they're doing. He gave up being Superman to protect his family and all that, but it's the fact that that's the story that they chose to go with in general is what irked me. Like maybe that's something that happened in the comic, which kudos to them for staying accurate, but it just rubbed me the wrong way because I loved Smallville so much. I really cared about Clark's story arc and how he loved, he lost, all that stuff. He was the perfect Superman and the perfect Clark Kent, and again, I get why they were doing it, but I just think Crisis on Infinite that part of Crisis on Infinite Earths shits all over Smallville, so that kind of pissed me off. Who do I think is a better Joker, Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix? Dude, that's kind of like comparing I don't know what to say. That's kind of like comparing cakes with cupcakes. Where each one is just as good. But I know the cupcakes are smaller than the actual cake, but you get what I'm saying. Heath Ledger pretty much became the Joker. Whereas Joaquin Phoenix did too, but I don't know. But I guess I'd have to go with Heath Ledger maybe because there is more time with him actually as the Joker. Whereas the Joaquin Phoenix Joker was really good with how they set up his mental instability, him losing his sanity, all that, and to where he would eventually become the Joker we know. That's all well and good. Nothing wrong about that. But as far as actually getting to see Joker as the Joker, I'd probably have to go with Heath Ledger because look at the effect he put on the industry. When he died, they still nominated him for Oscars, and it was like that kind of thing where the MCU Sinister Six. Who would I want? Well, some of the simple ones, like they could set up their own version of Doc Ock and a Green Goblin. And I don't know if the Vulture has ever been a Sinister Six member, but they could take this Vulture that they had in Spider-Man Homecoming and have him be part of that. So that's 3. Electro, just because I really liked his character in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know that's a completely different character in a different universe, but just the character of Electro, I'd like to see that. And so that's 4. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Vulture. Um, has Venom ever been part of the Sinister Six? Like, let me know. Because if not, then I'll say the other 2 I'd like. Perhaps. Darn, I guess I really don't know in much other Spider-Man villains. I don't know if he's I don't know if I don't know if Rhino's ever been part of it, but I guess him because he's someone. And that's 5. One more. Maybe bring this if the Mysterio they set up in Far From Home is still alive, then maybe he could be part of it too. I guess that's something I should also say about the Mysterio in Far From Home too. That should not be where he actually dies. I think he should actually still be alive. Because for one, it's freaking Mysterio. There's so much potential for how he could be not just a villain towards Spider-Man, but just an MCU villain in general. You know what I mean? And Tyler, I did find out a problem about how problematic it would be for the MCU to set up the X-Men. Because think of it this way. In the world of the MCU movies. Oh, wait a minute. Classic iteration of this. Doc Ock, Sandman, Electro. That's a pretty good lineup. Oh, Kraven the Hunter. That's who I was thinking of. Like that's another one I guess I would add too. But with the X-Men thing, if you think of it this way, Tyler, in the world of the universe that they set up, with the MCU movies, it's a world where people for the most part already know that they're people with powers. That they're so accepting of superheroes and stuff. To bring in people like the X-Men, and the whole thing with the X-Men is that the public is like, they're abominations, we gotta kill them and all that. That'd be kind of problematic to set up, particularly in the MCU, because in the MCU, these people are already accepting of heroes and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's impossible to set up the X-Men, but it's just they would have to do something different instead of the people having prejudice towards them. Is all I'm saying. And speaking of which, I guess I should ask you if you guys ever got around to watching Dark Phoenix. Tyler, like that's what I'm asking. Have you ever seen Dark Phoenix? Or I mean, have you seen it yet, is what I'm saying. They believe that mutants are monsters being born with their powers. Oh, I think I get what you mean. But again, like I just said with the X-Men stuff, it's not that it would be impossible to bring in the X-Men because, me, I love the X-Men. I really want to see them in the MCU because after Dark Phoenix, even though I didn't completely hate it, these characters just need redemption, is all I'm saying. But, yeah, it's good. Shoot, something else I was going to ask you. As far as Wolverine goes, I guess this is for everyone that's still here in the chat. If everyone else is like comic comic fans and all that, as far as bringing the X-Men into the MCU, which actors do you guys want to see? I'll give my um I'll give my list of which actors I would want, but I I'd like your guys' input too. Like, which actors would you guys put as the X-Men for the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, I guess anyone typing. I guess with the X-Men, I guess I'll just go. Um, I guess as far as the X-Men go, I would I would definitely bring in some new actors, to keep things fresh, give some new opportunities for other actors and stuff. But there are certain people that I personally would actually bring back from the other movies. Like in particular, I would keep James McAvoy as Charles Xavier. Keep Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Yes. But something about that though, like I can't remember if I've told you this or not. There was a bit of time where Hugh Jackman had said that if Marvel were ever to get the rights to the X-Men and then put them in their movies, then I would return as Wolverine. But I guess it's the fact that too much time had passed and Hugh Jackman has started moving on to getting other projects and stuff, so on the one hand, I can get that because he was also saying that it would feel kind of wrong to come back to play him because he felt that Logan was such a good place to stop and all that, which I get that. So, and Mark Hamill as Doc Ock. Thinking about how Alfred Molina played him in Spider-Man 2 and the kind of personality he gave off, I think Mark Hamill would be a good choice to give off that kind of vibe. You know, again, not the fact that it's something that would be similar to what Alfred Molina did, but just he seems like that same kind of actor that could play that kind of a role. I think I think Mark Hamill could be a good choice. Funny you mentioned Mark Hamill, because personally, I would have cast Mark Hamill as Senator Robert Kelly. I know it's a pretty random character choice for him, but because you remember in that first X-Men movie, Robert Kelly started off as someone who was setting up we got to lock up the mutants and all that, but then he died accepting mutants and all that. I think anyone hoped that I'll get back to it in a second, but anyone hoped that an Avengers versus X-Men movie doesn't happen. Doesn't happen? Um, I don't see why not. I mean, because I figure that unless that's a thing that never happened in the comics, then I think that could be a perfect way to introduce the X-Men into the MCU. Like, say, you set up the Avengers team that there is doing their own thing, and then they get reports of, these other people causing trouble and stuff, and then it's revealed to be the X-Men. Oh, shit. But, I think an X-Men versus Avengers thing could work, so long as they do things right. But, alright, we've been going for about an hour. Since things are going, the Avengers vs. X-Men story was. Oh, now I remember. Like you were telling me about this, like a while back. I remember like certain things that happened that were very reminiscent to like to what happened in the Dark Phoenix movie. Well, garbage in the comics, but I I guess it would be the wrong thing to do. But all right then. But how would you introduce the X-Men into the MCU then? Yeah, like I said, Tyler, I remember now that you're mentioning it, I do remember that you were telling me some stuff that did happen. Like with certain people that ended up getting like the Phoenix Force or whatever, and then some other things happened, and I remember thinking against it, like, yes. Oh, and I guess it's not. I'm not that I'm ending the not going to be ending the stream or anything, but I guess I should announce to everyone that's still here that I am going to be applying for Survivor very soon. I'm gonna talk to my mom about working on my audition video. Then I'm gonna go to the CBS website and do my application, send in my audition video, and if all goes well, and I get casted on a future season of Survivor, then I will be out of the country for like 6 to 7 months out of the year, probably out in the islands of Fiji, competing for $1 million. Dream of a lifetime, man. I really hope it works out. Thanks, man. You guys should try Survivor. Like, I really think that's something you could get into too. I guess I should ask you guys too is like, have you guys ever seen a show called Total Drama? I really got to ask you that. My buddy Ryan here knows Total Drama, but how about you, Tyler? Do you guys know that show? Total Drama was so cool. Oh, and you would want them to start with the original X-Men: Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Iceman, and Angel. It's it's not a. Oh, with the poll. If that's something I'm able to set up for YouTube, I know it's some things that people can do, but I'm still new with YouTube and starting off and working on some stuff. So if I'm able to do a poll, I'll look into it. Then I'll see if I can, and then I'll let you know. Yeah, it was pretty good, huh? Especially that first season, Total Drama Island, was really like it came out at the perfect time too when I was starting to get into Survivor, because it's a show that it's not a parody or a spoof, but it's more or less just a satire of the cliches and things. As long as it's unanimous, all right. I'll see what I can do. But yeah. Did you ever get to catch that? I could. That's actually a good idea. And the other. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that because someone who's just starting out with YouTube and stuff. That really it means a lot. It is a good confidence boost. So, but about been on here for almost an hour and a half. I guess I'll just stay on a bit longer, so long as you're still up for staying on. So yep. However much longer you're up for, then yeah. Let's shoot. What else to talk about? See, and you said you saw Total Drama. How many seasons did you see? I guess now that I should mention. Because there are 6 seasons. There's the first one, there's season 1 is Total Drama Island, number 2 is Total Drama Action, season 3 was World Tour, then they had Revenge of the Island, then All Stars, and then Pockettail Island. I think that's what they called it. Yeah. I guess I'll say my thoughts is that first season, Total Drama Island is awesome. Total Drama Action is okay. And then World Tour, a good return to form to what the first season was, like really good season. Then Revenge of the Island was pretty good with how it introduced new characters and gave them personalities of their own. All Stars is a piece of shit. Like like, obviously, when I was younger and more naive, I really got into All Stars, but obviously now that I'm more mature and, and I'm into this movie talk and stuff, like, as and being a critic and stuff, or at least in my own mind, I really see a lot of problems with All Stars. Won't spoil it if Total Drama's a show you're, like, wanting to watch all of it of, but, FUD just dumps all over everything that that the show stored for you with its characters and the story arcs and stuff. In particular, it is really a spit in the face to things that were set up in season 3. But yeah, I could go I that could be an entire topic for a future stream about how I think Total Drama just really botched it with their last couple seasons. But it's still the fact not it's not that I've lost faith in the show. I would want it to come back for like a big comeback type of season so long as they do it right, with the characters and stuff. But yeah, that's my thing. And I was telling you the other day that Halloween Kills got delayed. I mean, not the fan film I've been telling you about that I'm making, but like the actual Halloween movie that was coming out. That was gonna come out this October, they delayed it. Which is bullshit, by the way. But I'm not stupid though. I get why they did it, and the fact that I get the 2018 film was a big hit, and the box office and all that. So they wanna put it out at a time where the fans can actually be able to enjoy it in theaters where like they deserve to, and that they wanna make a good profit off of it. I get all that, but it's just you probably understand my disappointment in the fact that we were so close. Like it's supposed to come out this October. It's July now. We were so close to it, and now is when they delay it. It's just again, I get their just their reasons for it, but it's just what's an even bigger kick in the pants is the fact that they delay it, and and all they give us is like a 30-second teaser. And I've been wanting a trailer for a while, and this teaser they gave us, it's a good teaser, but it's just 30 seconds. Like, where was the full trailer they promised us? You know? I know, Tyler, that you're not like really into the Halloween movies, but it's just Red Rum 18 on DeviantArt. I'll look it up. Actually, I'll like just to show I'll Red Rum 18. Red Rum 18. Looks pretty promising I'll when I'm done here on the with my stream, I'll get I'll give this a look at, and then I'll let you know what I think. But man, have you got how have you been? Like how is how is Ryan? And I know you were telling me that with yeah, but basically how is everyone? Like I feel like it's been a while already. Uh, Oh, that's good. And shoot. And that's good. Hopefully one of these days we'll be out of this whole virus thing and we can get back to our lives. I hate to sound like a selfish asshole, but cuz I'm not stupid. I get people have died, that this really actually is like a serious pandemic and all, but is it really worth delaying movies over? I mean, at the same time, I get it because, big crowds in the theater is a big risk, to spread the virus and stuff. But again, in particular, let's go back to with Halloween Kills and the fact that it wasn't due out until this October. It's still July now. Doesn't it sound? Again, I know you're not as big on the Halloween movies, you don't know much about it, but as far as a business decision goes, that's good. I can't wait to hear more about it. But think of it this way: as a business decision, doesn't it seem a bit irresponsible to make that kind of decision now when it's still July? I mean, by this October, everything could be just fine, and they'd be able to put movies out again. But nope, they'd already made the decision. We're delaying Halloween Kills to next October. Do you ever consider the fact that? Do you ever consider the fact that maybe things will be good enough by this October to where the virus isn't that big of a risk anymore? Like that's what irks me is that they made a premature decision. I guess if that's the right way to say it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because again, it's July. It's still July now. But yet they choose to delay it to next October. But they probably don't consider the fact that maybe things will be okay enough by this October. It's a sick world we're living in right now. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about. I guess I should say. Oh, Bookie's going right next. Sure, I would love to know. And I guess I should also ask you too is as far as horror stuff goes, I know you're not into it that much, but do you think Halloween is something does Halloween sound like something that would be right down your alley as far as something to watch? You know? I guess that's something I don't know if I've ever asked you that or not. The Justice League, pretty good. I guess that is something else we could talk about is that Snyder cut. I guess we could talk about that. I know we've talked about it a couple times, but what are your hopes for this? Like, like, do you think they're going to be able to get it right this time? Like, do you think that the Snyder cut will be better than what we got? Have you heard about how long it's going to be though? Apparently, I think that says something about how it's going to be like 3, 4 hours long, but it won't be put in theaters though. Sadly, it's going to be a exclusive thing to because you know how we got the Disney Plus thing where you buy it and you install and use and you do the daily subscriptions and stuff. The subscriptions and all that. It's going to be exclusive to an app called HBO Max, where it's the same thing like Disney Plus, where you get the app and it's something you'd have to pay for monthly. But I'll see if I'll be able to get it because yeah, either way, I am beyond. The lineup is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Black Canary. Good. I'm glad you guys are using Black Canary. Like, because I think she deserves more. I think she deserves more time to shine. Which I'm sure there are a lot of comics that have given her some, but that's good because at least in my eye, I see Black Canary as a very underappreciated character. But all right, all right, we got 5 people watching. Got 5 people watching and 4 likes. It's pretty good. By the way, though, Tyler, have I ever, or maybe you have heard about it from another source, but have I ever told you what Zack Snyder's initial plan for his Justice League movies were gonna be before all this Snyder Cut stuff happened? Because I'll tell you this. You remember in Batman v Superman that nightmare he has about how it's a post-apocalyptic world and all that? Initially, that's something that was actually going. That was something that was initially going to happen because there's going to be that first Justice League movie, and then in a second film, if you're able to do it, would have introduced Darkseid, and there would have been a big fight and all that. Batman would have died, and I can't remember if anyone else died or not, but it would have ended up being. Yeah, I'm telling you now. It would have ended up being what Batman's nightmare was in BVS with the post-apocalyptic world. By the end of what would have been a second Justice League movie, it would have ended up being like that, with Batman dead and Darkseid taking over and stuff. And then a third film would have been what's left of the Justice League trying to take the world back and stuff. But with everything that happened, I don't know if he's gonna end up doing different plans or not, or if he's just doing this one Snyder Cut thing. I actually would love if he actually is still able to do more movies after this. Because do you know? Because I'm sure you probably know why he ended up having to step down, but because when he was initially making the movie, and you probably heard that his daughter died, right? So he chose to step down, to be with his family and all that through that tragedy, which is the right thing to do, you know, because when tragedies happen, it's not a bad thing to step down and take some time off. But that's not what Warner Brothers thought, because nothing would have been lost, because when Zack Snyder's daughter died, he just takes some time off, and then they probably have the funeral and all that, and he has some time with his family and stuff. But Warner Brothers made Zack Snyder step down from the project completely. They made him use the death of his daughter as the excuse as to why he's no longer actually working on the movie, because after that they chose to bring in Joss Whedon to completely scrap pretty much everything that Zack Snyder did and pretty much reshoot the movie with new scenes and stuff. What a freaking despicable thing for Warner Brothers to do. I'm sorry. I love Warner Brothers, but that's just sick. His daughter died, and it was the right thing for him to do to step down for a while. But that's just the thing, for a while. You could be patient, Warner Brothers, and just wait for him to come back. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's because you were too impatient. Because it just goes to show you that. Because when Zack Snyder's daughter died, they didn't. Warner Brothers obviously didn't give a shit. They were just thinking about the money and all that. They just wanted to rush this out as quick as possible. Why? And that's why it bombed. So I can't even appreciate the version of the movie that we did get after I learned about all that. But whew, been on here for about an hour and a half. But I guess I should ask. Um, heard here that Nether Realm Studios wants to make a new game. I actually have never heard of Nether Realm Studios, uh, but yeah, like I said, I've never heard of Nether Realm Studios. I guess that's something else I can look up. NetherRealm. Are these the same people that make those like the Mortal Kombat games and all that? Is that who these? Is that who they are? Oh, so they are. Yeah. So they're making a new game. Is it a new Mortal Kombat game? Good. Did you hear that we're actually getting a Mortal Kombat movie next year? Not like a direct to video type of thing, but like a legit like actual like I think it's a theatrical Mortal Kombat film. But yeah, they're making a there's a Mortal there's we're actually going to be getting a new Mortal Kombat movie. It's going to be coming out in January 15th, 2021 is when we're supposed to get it. Hopefully that's soon enough. For things with the virus to tide over. But well, let's see. I guess we can go I guess I can go another 15 minutes and if things are still going well, then I guess I can if everyone's still up for it, then I'll keep it going. Are you excited for this movie? Like do you think that Mortal Kombat and it's such an expansive universe is something that could lend itself to a movie? With me and the fact that I'm not as in tune with Mortal Kombat, it just seems fine. They want make a Mortal Kombat movie that's all well and good. But as someone like I guess I was gonna like with someone like you that knows a lot more about Mortal Kombat than I do, with everything you know about the characters and the world of it and all that. Again, like does Mortal Kombat sound like something they'd actually be able to blend into a movie and actually have it done right? I'm actually really curious. Oh, you gotta go? Alright. I'll let you know when we'll be able to when I'll be able to meet up again and talk and stuff. But alright, so I'll see you later and I'll let you know if when I'll be able if I'm able to meet up soon. But I guess if anyone's still watching, I guess that's gonna do it for I guess it's gonna do it for today's live stream. So yeah, I guess it's gonna do it for me on today's live stream. And if anyone's still watching, then oh wait, we have someone else here. Is there anyone else that is here? Actually, if anyone's watching, then if there's anyone else still here. But yeah, I'll see you around, Tyler. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. So I guess so that I guess I'll stick around for a little bit and see if anyone's still around. Oh yeah, if anyone's still watching, then just checking to see if a buddy of mine is able to come in the live chat. Because if there's anyone still here, I was gonna end it here, but if there's anyone still around, then I'll see if I can keep it going for a little longer. Been on for about half an hour, but again, if there's anyone still here, then I'll keep it going. So I guess that pretty quiet in the chat room. So I guess now that's gonna be it for my live stream today. I guess just to tell y'all that that as far as my social media and stuff goes with my Facebook and stuff, I am gonna be going dark because the fact that Halloween Kills has been delayed a whole year, I am going dark on my social media because places like Facebook and even YouTube are huge candidates. The are the biggest type of places where spoilers can be leaked. So I'll still be able to try and make my videos and then upload them. But as far as actually going on YouTube and watching stuff, then looking at stuff on my Facebook, I won't be doing that as either as much or not at all. Because again, my anticipation for Halloween Kills is just too high to roll the dice on being too active on my Facebook and my YouTube. Um, so we had it going for about a good hour and 40 minutes. But again, if you're here for if this is the first of my content you're seeing and you like what you see, you're welcome to like and subscribe. And and I'll make what content I can for the rest for this year. So Uh, I guess that's me signing out, and I guess I'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all.